Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel, and I'd like to say a special welcome to my new subscribers. I've had a little flurry of new subscribers recently, which is really lovely, and welcome. We're a pretty friendly bunch here, so I do hope you enjoy the videos that are coming up and that you stick around. Just as a little bit of information about the channel, I generally upload videos twice a week on a Monday and a Thursday, and I always film on my regular projects that I do on those 2 days. I generally film about 2 weeks ahead. So on these days, which is when I'm doing the Roxy's Weekly Challenge, this is when I'm more recent, I suppose. I always upload these videos the same week as they go up, as I film them. So that's when I might give you little life updates, and I've got a few of those today. So let's get started. This is week 43 of Roxy's Weekly Challenge, and it's journal spots with collage backgrounds. So I'll get started and perhaps give you have a bit of a chat as we collage. I'll have to concentrate a bit more once we start making all our little journal spots and decorating, because that's always the bit that's a bit more challenging for me. So I use this little sold magazine that I had. I've actually got a bit of Christmas collage in here from last year, I think, but I'm going to use just a page for this neutral beigey colour collaging that Rachel was doing for her journal spots as the background. So I've got a pile of scraps here, some of which are from some of her kits that I've bought, some from DigiKits, a whole variety of bits and pieces, some of my own book pages and things. So I'm just going to start collaging, try to do it, not take too long over it, otherwise we'll never get on to the actual purpose of these journal, of the exercise, and that is making some journal spots in a Christmassy theme. So let's just get cracking. I'll try to just do it without thinking too much and just slap on some papers and try not to kind of spend too much time agonising over every piece. Sometimes that's easier said than done, but these sort of things generally are not too hard to do when you kind of got a limited colour scheme and you're not trying to match anything. In fact, getting a bit of variety of colour is about as complicated as it gets, I think, on this. Yeah, so the little bit of life update. I've now had, for those of you who have kindly shown an interest, the shoulder surgery. I know it's getting a bit of a boring subject because it keeps changing, but the latest information I have is it's going to be January. Now, I'm not going to hold my breath. I don't have a great deal of faith that is actually going to happen, but the lady I spoke to was assuring me that she said I'm a priority, and that that the January is going to be it should happen. But things happen with, funnily enough, the same thing was happening last year, and I was told January, and of course everything changed in January. We were in lockdown, and surgeries, nobody got surgeries last January, so I'm hoping that's not going to be the case this year. It's a little bit, I don't suppose it'll matter once I start covering it up, but I think you can see some of these are quite thin, these papers, so I might have to go over them a bit more. This is one of the old Italian papers from Rachel, so I might pop that there. Yeah, so that's just just the latest information. It does mean I can start planning things for Christmas, or not exactly planning everything, but we're starting to get things coming through on the calendar. As you do, as you get closer to Christmas. We've already got a Christmas meal booked in. That it's a group of friends that we've been doing the same Christmas meal with for 25 years, maybe. My husband's old school friends, so they're all in their early 60s now, or mid 60s, I guess now. So it's been going on for a long while, this meal, and So it's nice that we've been able to reinstate that, because obviously we had to cancel last year. So we haven't seen our friends for a long time. So now we have this year's Christmas meal all booked in, which is lovely. Yeah, so that's that little bit of information. We had an absolutely wonderful weekend. I think I mentioned last week that we were going to be babysitting for our granddaughter, and the whole weekend, well, I mean, we got there about 4, I suppose, on Saturday, and we were with them till about the same sort of time on Sunday. And she was such a good girl on Saturday night. Mum and Dad went out for a meal, and she knew. I mean, it's not, she's old enough now to understand what's happening, and she was very, very excited to have us putting her to bed. And we had to restrain her, contain that excitement a little bit when it came to bedtime. And she obviously, as you'd expect a 3.5-year-old, tried it on a little bit, tried to see if she could play instead of settling down to sleep. And we were quite firm with her. I think she accepted it very well. I mean, they got her into a really nice bedtime routine, and because we stuck to the routine, and we didn't let her just do whatever she wanted. I think she quickly realised that was going to be the case. She just settled down, good as gold. And I mean, she might have been a little later than she normally would be if it was Mum and Dad doing it, but not an awful lot later. And once she, she was tucked up in bed, and I sang to her and rubbed her back. That's what she likes. And I walked away, and we didn't hear a peep out of her until 7 o'clock the next morning. I mean, it was just amazing, really. We couldn't believe it, but she just settled down so beautifully and was so good. So yeah, that was a delight. And then she came into bed with us the next morning, which was really lovely. Snuggled in with the two of us. She was very excited to do that. But that's what she does with her mum and dad. But we were, even though they were there, we were the chosen ones that morning. She came in bed with us, which was really nice, and we took her down and gave her breakfast, Gave mum and dad a bit of a lie-in, something they don't get very often. I'll put that there, I think. Yeah, so. And we went swimming on the Sunday morning, so we went along and watched. And she was coming along really well with her swimming. They were really pleased. I think she did a bit more swimming than she'd done before, and she was really kicking her legs. And I think, maybe she was doing it for our benefit, I don't know, but she really is showing signs of having an idea about moving her arms and kicking her legs. And they were delighted. Yeah, so lovely weekend. Bit of brunch afterwards. I mean, brunch is not something we're really familiar with going for brunch, but that's what you do in that generation. Apparently, you go for brunch. You don't go for lunch. You go for brunch. That's it, I think. Okay, I'm just slapping them on. I'm just trying to get some variety of colour. This is a nice kind of, quite a nice orangey. It's probably about as dark as you'd want to go in this, but it does give you a little bit of variation of shade, I guess. It's a piece of old dot to dot. I guess it was from an old children's book or something. Anyway, slapping it on. And what have I got? Let's go for one of these digital pieces. the other rather strange thing that's happened this week is just yesterday my husband got pinged, which is to say that he's been notified he's been in contact, not sure how, with somebody who's tested positive for you know what. The only time it could have been, because he didn't go anywhere. He works from home except for one day a week. And the day that apparently this happened was the one day he went into work last week. And, you know, they're all very careful at work. He doesn't really see anybody when he's there, apart from one or two people, and they all keep their distance. And I think if that person, you know, the people he does see, if any of them had tested positive, I'm sure they'd have told him. So it's quite strange. So we can only imagine it must have been somebody on the train, and he goes at a time, he always travels when it's quieter, not a rush hour or anything, and he always makes sure he doesn't sit near people. But we're kind of wondering if somebody was sat on the seat behind him. Maybe he, you know, they were close enough to pick up the person on the app, but definitely not face to face with him. So that's the only thing we could imagine. So he's had to go for a PCR test this morning. I mean, they don't say you have to; they are advised to. So he thought he would. I mean, I'm all boosted up. I had my booster more than 3 weeks ago, so because I have a suppressed immune system, so I've been on the clinically vulnerable list from the beginning. So he was a bit worried about that, but I said, well, you know, there's no point in us worrying about it unless it's actually going to happen, and hopefully with the booster, hang on just 1 second, I need my ruler. Forgot to bring my trolley over when I sat down. So I'm just going to tear that off there, just because I want a straighter edge up the side there. Yeah, so I said to him, there's no point in us worrying about it until, you know, we know whether there's anything to worry about. And because I've had, you know, I should be at my most immune at the moment because I had the booster only just over 3 weeks ago, right at the beginning of October. So I'm probably as protected as I'm ever going to be. And then I didn't do it the right way around, did I? Did I do that? Don't know which side I did it now. Oh well. I'll put it on there. Yeah, I want it right on the corner. There we go. Get my card. I'll just try and smooth that down a bit. It's starting to curl a bit, but I'll back them once I've cut them up. I will back them. I've had a bit of sort of grey, a bit of grey, I think. Okay. Get rid of that bit. So some of my digitals are from Pink Monarch Prints. I think this is a Pink Monarch Prints one. And then I have some other pieces from the Paper Outpost. Apart from the bits that I bought from Rachel. I've just ordered her Christmas Florentine pack, so I'm very excited to get that. And I want to use that in some of my... I'm hoping to use it in a Christmas project. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet for, as a Christmas project. I might do a journal, can't quite get into the Christmas vibe yet. I just don't know what it is, because I've now got all my Christmas bits and pieces, all my Christmas stuff, crafty stuff out the cupboard. I have a big built-in cupboard in my room, and then I have a chest of little set of Alex drawers, you know, the ones on casters. They're from IKEA, right in front of it, so that it's accessible, but not that easily accessible. So I can't just go and grab stuff out of it willy-nilly. So at the weekend I went and had a bit of a clear out, put some stuff in the cupboard that I'm not going to be using for a while. Some of my other digitals and bits and pieces that I can sort of manage without for a bit. Made some spaces in some of my shelves, a little bit, and got all the Christmas stuff out. And I still can't quite decide what I want to do. Whether I'm going to do a journal, I probably will. I've done a journal the last 2 years, which I've then used myself. Yeah, a bit of music would be nice, right there. Yes, I may do that. I'm also thinking about doing that ephemera holder thing that I don't know if you've seen Rachel making with the bags. I thought I might do something like that with you know, using. I don't have a lot of paper bag type things. I have got that pack coming which has got the bags in it that she uses, so I thought I might, if it comes in time, I might have a go at making one of those, but I'll probably use a combination of bags and envelopes, I think. It might be fun because I haven't done anything like that before, so that might be something I might do. So I'm thinking about it, but in the meantime there are still some more. I mean, I finished the fairy journal, it's all done, but the videos are still haven't all come out yet. They're all scheduled. Another couple of weeks, so there's a bit more of fairy journal stuff to come, I'm afraid. But in between, I've got the autumn winter altered book project is on the go as well. Right, so that's done. Now I can put all these bits away now. Far too much here. I just want to put that out the way, and then I can start decorating and things. So I need to cut this up. Clearly not going to be able to make make all of these into journal cards, but I might make some of them into tags at some point as well. So I think I'm going to, how wide should I do them? I'll do them 4 inches high, maybe a bit more than 4 back there. And then how big are they? So if I did them about 3 inches wide, I'll get 3 out of this, won't I think. 1, couple there, and then this is a small one, which might be better as a tag, so I might leave that, because we are doing journal spots, aren't we? Journal cards. So I'll just do another 4 inches, maybe. It tore a bit because it's wet. Never mind. And another one there. And another one there. And then a couple of little, I've got an odd bit here, and I've got this bit here which I might, possibly will make 2 more, but I don't think I'm going to get those done today, so I'm not even going to worry about cutting those up. I'm going to start with 4. I doubt if I'll get 4 done. Who knows? Right, so this slightly weird piece. Now, what Rachel started with, what she's used. I meant to get out my washi tapes. Just one moment, I'll grab my washies before I start, because I'm definitely going to be using some of those. So I have my Christmas washies there, and then I have my faux washi that we made a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago in the challenge as well, because I have a few Christmassy ones. So I might just pull those ones out, the ones that have got possibly slightly Christmassy look to them. There's not very many of those. I've got my weird Christmas tree ones, which I don't know if I'll use. That's a bit of a strange one as well. I think that'll do. Have I got anything else in the red? Thought I did a few more than that, but maybe not. Yeah, there's that one. It's got a bit of holly on it. Oh, and this one, red with white spots. Okay, that'll do. I don't know which ones I'll use, but I'll try and use a bit of these as well. They're not great. They're all right. And I've got these ones, so I've got a nice selection of washi. And then I also need, I need the frames now. I have some frames. I made them myself. And I'll just show you what I did, so that, because this is what Rachel was saying, if you don't have the ones that she's got, the ones where you pop them out of the little booklet that she had, the ready-made ones, she was suggesting various ways of making your own frames. So I have actually got a little selection that I've made. So I've got blue, red, green and black, and a few other ones that I found in some die cut bits. And all I did, so I've got, this is my label stamp. I've got a couple of small ones from Tim Holtz as well, but this is basically my the stamp I use for doing labels, because we've done those a lot with the Roxy's Weekly Challenge. But I didn't think it was big enough. This is the biggest one, and I didn't think it was big enough. So all I did was I stamped it once, and then I kind of drew. Where's the stamp? So I stamped it once, and then I drew a line on either side of the stamp so I could line it up. So I stamped it once and then moved it down, lined it up with my pencil mark and stamped it again. So it ended up looking like that. So I've done, this is the black one and this is the blue one. So you can see I've done it both times the same. And then once you cut out the middle, you actually can't see that you've got the double stamp, and you end up with, well, that's got printing on the back. You end up with something that looks like that. And you can't really tell that it's got the, I mean, there's a bit of a join, but you would never know. So I was quite pleased how they turned out. I didn't think it would be very easy to line them up, and I thought I'd get them all slightly out. But actually drawing that line and lining it up each time really worked. So if you wanted to have a go at doing any of this, I think that's quite a good way to try and do it. Just take your stamp and then draw a line so you can line it up each time, and then you can cut out the middle, and you've got some frames. I mean, mine are all the same. It's not, I haven't got any varieties of shape or size or anything like that, but I'm not worried about that. I just wanted to be able to join in with what she was doing, so I'm pretty happy with those. And I've got some die cuts. Oh, I've got some more bits of, that's all my, right, so get rid of that. And I have a whole bunch of die cuts, so I can use some of those. I've got a few Christmas stamps. So let's get started. Let's start with, these are some Victorian Christmas Children by Allegra Digital. I got these last year, but I never got around to using them, so I cut them all out. They're really sweet. And I liked her. I thought she might go quite well on here. So let's see, what colour frame shall I use? Should I use, no, not the blue. She's got a lovely kind of tealy blue coat on, so I thought maybe, oh, I've got two there. Maybe the red. would be quite nice for her, but I think I need to cover up that, do something here because I don't like that join here. So I'm thinking about a piece of washi along here. Well, I think Rachel did the backing on hers first, didn't she? Thinking about it, and I've just realised I haven't got my backing papers out, so I'm just going to pause because I printed some off that I wanted to use and I've left them on the printer, so I'll be right. Right, sorry about that. Yeah, I printed off a load of Christmas digitals that I thought would work quite well as backing papers, and then I left them on the printer, so I had to go and pick them up. So so I've got this one, which I thought would make a really nice, but just still got that slightly Christmassy feel, backing paper. So I'm just going to cover this with glue and see if I can get that backed. Okay. Might be quite nice to sew around these afterwards. I might do that. Oops. And you just get the little bit of the edge of the church there, just as a faint background, but there's still plenty of writing space, so that's quite nice. I like that. Just a little bit bobbly there, but never mind. Okay. Right. Just trim up a little bit more there. Okay, now I had this piece. Now I noticed I've got on this piece of this ephemera piece that I used for doing the collaging, and it's got this little tree here, and I thought maybe I'll just put that on in that corner because I don't like this harsh line here, and it's a bit, it just doesn't work for me. So I'm just going to just do a little bit on there just to cover that up with this. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to tear it, I think, that way instead. Hopefully by the time I've stuck it on, that piece that I've torn won't show. Right, let's have a try. So if I put that there, go down just a little bit more. If I can fold that around the top a little bit, might do. Right, and that just softens that harsh line I've got going on there. Like that. Yeah, and it's still not too, you know, it's not a big dominant feature. It's just, I think it just finishes that off a little bit, that background. Oops. Okay. And then I was going to do some washi, wasn't I? Do a little bit there. Put that there. And let's see now. We've got, so I might put this here now. Pop her there. Oh, I like that because now we've got the little tree behind her here and she's holding a Christmas tree. Yeah, that's quite nice. I like that. And I might put a little bit more the washi there. Okay. Let's glue on my frame. There we go. Put that kind of there. And she can go there. Still a little bit busy in the background, so, but I think it's busy that side, and then there's a little calmness on this side. Might just put a little bit more washi on there. I don't mind a jagged edge, but that's just going a bit too far. Oop. And I'll trim that bit off, I think. Let's put that there. Now this is, I haven't left enough here for that to fold around successfully, so I'm just going to trim it off. Alright, and then I'm going to stick her on. Right, like that. There we are. I'm liking how that's turned out. I don't know whether you need a little word down here. I don't know if I've got anything small. Anyway, Christmas words. Collection of bits and pieces here, some from die cut packs, and I've got this little banner that says warm memories. I think it's too big. Wishing for snow. No. Let it snow. Let's try and get away from the obsession with snow. Season's greetings. I want something small. Oh. Joy to the world. Perhaps if I cut it down a little bit. No, not sure about that. There was something about a Christmas. I did have just something that just says Christmas tree. This could take forever, couldn't it? Christmas blessings too long. Peace on earth. No. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Santa Claus is coming to town. Is that one? Trying to remember if I put it on sticker paper or not. It's been so long since I printed these off, I can't remember. I know some labels are. Oh, yes I did. Santa Claus is coming to town. Where shall I put it? It's actually a bit too big, isn't it? Now that I've cut it out. Maybe I have to put it up here. After all. Yeah, I had to put it at the top because it's too big. Never mind. There we go. Okay, so that's that one, and the only thing I still want to do. I want to round the corners. There we are. Okay, one done. Oop. Okay, next one. I think there's a bit of gluing needing to be done under here. Doesn't look quite. Okay, didn't look quite right. Okay, so now I need to back this one. I'll just back it onto the other half of this piece, I think. Try and do a better job of gluing it, sticking it on this time. Because I left the other one a little bit bubbly, which I don't really like. God, let's just try and smooth this out a bit better this time. too low. Ended up with a bit of white, I'm not sure. The white showing, whoops. Oop. Get that bit off. Everything's sticking. Now, yep. For some reason I can't get this to glue flat, which is a bit frustrating because I don't really like the bobbly writing space, but I can't seem to avoid it on these. I don't know why. I have to trim it a little bit more because I put the packing paper on a little bit too high, so there's a bit of the white edge showing still. Never mind, it's only a little bit. Okay, what we're going to do on this one. Now I have a couple of somewhere here, some die cut pieces from the Stamperia Christmas paper pack from last year, and I thought this one would go really nicely. Yeah, it's perfect size. Two little birds. I'm not sure what bird they are, but I think they're really, really sweet and they'll go nicely on there. So I need to find the right colour frame. I think, let's have a look. So black might work quite well. There's a black one. Or got a green. No, I think the green doesn't work really. Oh, I've got a red. I only did 2 of each colour, so if I use the red, it'll be the last one I can use that on. But I do like the red. It shows up so nicely against the background. I can get it to lie flat. Okay. And then I've got a nice piece of holly washi there. It might be quite nice. You don't need an awful lot on these because they are quite small. Put that bit there. Right, yep, I like that there. That's going to go on. There's no point in spending too much time faffing about it, so I've just got a big gob of glue. Just want to cover that up. Okay, right, let's put my frame on. It's coming out very, very slowly in its usual fashion. Perhaps if I lie it down on the book, I'll be able to give my glue a bit more of a squeeze. So are you guys getting into your Christmas crafting yet? It still feels early to me. I don't know why. I always find each year, about this time of year, I'm thinking, oh, I just can't, Christmas, I just can't get into it. And then something will happen. I'll buy a Christmas present or something will happen. And it's almost like, oh, there it is, Christmas spirit's arrived. And then once it's arrived, I'm like all in. And this, I turn my craft room into a little Santa's grotto and I get really into it, but it just hasn't happened yet. So I'm waiting for that moment when I think, right, that's it, Christmas has arrived, I'm into it. I think partly because I was sort of pushed into thinking it too early because I thought I might be having my surgery before Christmas. So I started thinking about it before I was really ready to. And now I don't have to anymore. I can't I can't quite get that feeling. But it will come. And this will help. Doing a few of these things with Rachel. Doing them with doing these Christmas crafting projects should get me into the spirit. If nothing else will. And we've got so much to look forward to this year, hopefully. I think that's part of it as well, that, we did I got so excited about Christmas last year. So many plans and, we did, I had a Christmas tree decorated specially for Alyssa because that was the first time they were coming to us for a couple of years. And I'd got a little Christmas tree done so that she could touch it all. It was had all ornaments that were non-breakable. Got it all ready for her so that that I thought she'd really enjoy. I think we did a lot of things preparing for her to come, and of course then it all got cancelled. And it's really hard to kind of get that feeling back again, I think, because you keep thinking, oh, is it gonna happen this year? Are we going to have it all taken away from us again? So I suppose there's a bit of that going on as well. All right, I like that little one. I'm just going to do my corners. And I do like the idea of possibly just sewing around them as well. I think that just gives them a little finish. And I will do that off camera. Right, that's 2. I like this one. It's got the music on it. I like that. There. Okay. So I really want something with maybe a green or a blue frame because I've got a lot of black in the background here. So green or blue. So what shall we have with it? I have got a whole box of die cuts. A lot of these are the Dreams Etc. ones that Rachel uses as well. She's got a lot of those. So could use one of these. Got this little blue tree. I think he might be a bit on the big side. There was another piece of paper that I saw a Santa Claus on that I thought might be nice to cut out. I don't know if he's too big. It was on this. This is Romantica Arts, I think, this paper. I think he's too big. Yeah, he's going to be too big. I like him, but he's going to be too big on here. Oh, I did print them out last year, smaller. I've still got them. I think some of these I printed out smaller for something I was making last year. So I still got Santa. Maybe if he's smaller I could use him. It's probably too small. I printed them really small, some of these. Nope, don't seem to have got him. I must have used the one with the piece with Santa on. Oh well, never mind. It's worth a look. Get that out of the way. Okay. So let's back this anyway. Yeah, I'm going to use that. Maybe I'll try and do it up here. A bit of holly. Now, I've got to make sure I bear in mind. It's so frustrating that I can't print borderless anymore. But there we go. Good old Windows 10. God, there it is. All right, let's cut that out. Right, just trim that up a little bit more. So there might be some coming away there a little bit. It's quite nice for writing. Bit of holly in the corner. Right, what are we going to put on here then? Put this Christmas tree. Possibly. That's not, no, that's black. What about the blue? No. Green. Not sure about that one. Let's see what else I've got. I do like the little children. Oh no, that's not a bag for children. Where's my little bag with children in? Okay, let's do, maybe have a look at these again, because they're so sweet. I'd like to use, oh, another little girl with a tree. She looks like Red Riding Hood. He's too small. What about these two? I like them, the little umbrella, and I think the green is all right with them. And I can use the, because there's a little, it looks like there's a little bit of snow. That's why they're holding the umbrella. So I could use Let It Snow or something on here, which I kept finding. Probably won't be able to find now. Right, I found it, finally. After digging deep. So I've got my little Let It Snow, and I've got my, so I think I might just put that down there, just to vary where the frame is. I know that Rachel put her frame in different places on the card, just to make them look slightly different. So I think I might put that there. And I might use a bit of this. This is the painted washi that I made. because I've got the Let It Snow, but I think it's because it's got this quite dark background, it's going to be a bit lost. So I think I might just put it on the washi background. So I just got to make sure, make this a little bit bigger. And I like this because it's got the look of snow on the back, on the red. It's got like little white dots. I don't know if you can see it. It's got little white dots. So I just used my white pen and dotted over the painted, the background that I painted red. And just cut that down there. I'm also going to cut this down a little bit. And if I put that on there, if I made it quite... Oh, was this the piece? No, this was the piece I was going to use, isn't it? Yeah, so I'll put that there first. It's not very straight. I think I'll put that one first, and then I can put the other bits on afterwards. Put it there. And then I can add my little Let It Snow. I suppose it is possible this is on. No, it'll need to be glued anyway, even if it's on. I don't think this one is on sticker paper. Doesn't feel like, feels like card or thicker paper. There we are. Hopefully it'll stick to that. And I'll put my little green frame, because the colours on the image are not particularly strong either way. They're a bit more neutral, so I thought a bit of splash of red and green on here will work quite well, just to brighten it up. Okay, let's just check where it's going to go. It's going to go down there a bit, like that. Yeah, like that. This is fun. This is, it's another one of Rachel's challenges. She comes up with these ideas. I don't know where she gets her ideas from. And I think everybody who's doing it is enjoying it, just because it's just fun to be given something different to do. Make you think, make you kind of try something new. And starting to think about the fact, now that we're on week 43, it's going to stop at some point, and what are we going to do with ourselves when we haven't got Rachel's challenge to do every week? I shall miss it, that's for sure, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. I hope she's going to come up with something else. She probably won't. She's probably had enough. Do a little bit at the top, just a little tiny piece, I think. And get the back off. So I think I'm only going to get 3 done after all, but that's all right. That's about par for the course for me, isn't it, to get 3 done? Whatever it is. I don't feel too bad because Rachel only did 4 in the end herself, so actually that's pretty good going for me to do only 1 less than her. I'm going to pop that there. I'm just going to pop it around the top, I think, just for a change. Yeah. There we are. I feel like it needs something down here. Can I put a little something there? A little tiny something maybe. Got anything in my little bag of small bits? I don't know if they're small enough, that's the trouble. cut off a little bit of holly and pop that on that corner. Pop, like that. Because he's holding a bunch of holly, so maybe if I could just put a little bit of holly there, that would just finish it off. Although, having said that now, I want holly with berries on it. So actually I might cut them. No, I don't think I'm going to use those scissors. They're a bit violent. They might cut too much. What about that piece with a little bit of berry on it? That one. I like the shape of this one better. I'm going to put this one on. I might have to, I don't know, add a bit of red or something. But I like the shape of this one better. Perhaps I'll draw a couple of berries on there or something like that to finish that off. It needs the berries, but I like that shape. It just gives it that little bit of something in that on that side. I think I quite like that. I'm going to cut off the berries and stick them on. Shall try. See if I can just add some little berries under there. Yeah, go on, let's do it. Let's put some berries on. Whoop. I think I need my tweezers just for that. Just to get hold of the berries. There. Yeah, that's all right. Right, now, just round my corners, and then I think we're done. There we are. So we've got this one. Let's move these out of the way a little bit. We've got this one, and we've got the little birds. I think they're quite sweet. I like those. I feel like they might need a little bit more. They might need a bit of sewing, possibly, around the edge. I might do that. And I think I will carry on, but I've gone well enough over the time. I really have to stop now. Can't keep going otherwise I'll just go all afternoon. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me, and please do join me again for the next time. Bye for now.